have to say that I feel so strongly about the direction, this audience-centric direction that we have taken on. There have not really been any hair-tearing, middle-of-the-night, should we, shouldn't we questions. It was the company had been so decimated after Martha's death by the intellectual property court case we went through, the terrible debt that we had taken on. There was only one, in my mind, only one thing we could do. It was listening to these studies about audiences and how the audience had changed and what people really wanted and needed from the arts now and how we could provide that. So I guess my north is so strong that I'm really not having terribly sleepless nights.
You mentioned the word listening, and I think one of the things that's come up in many of my conversations is the idea that listening is a fundamental to ethical decision making, to choice. Mm-hmm. That we don't make good choices when we don't listen, all on our own with our, spinning with our own perspective. We don't make good choices. We don't have perspective. Mm-hmm. And very often we listen to what we want to hear and not to what others are actually telling us.
Right.
And so the fact that you've gone out and listened and read and explored audience surveys and data about what audiences at this particular time, as opposed to in Martha's time, right, need and want, and how to engage them, is clearly a really important.
And that system actually has part of what has changed the culture in the organization as well. The listening to our faculty, the listening to our students, the listening to the company members. And in general, it had been very hierarchical in a way, changing over to investing the stakeholders, if you will, to use more corporate language, in the decision-making and in the forward motion of the company.